Holy crap, I'm live? I think I am. I don't know. Am I? I'm not getting any. Let's try this again. Am I live? Yes, maybe, maybe no, maybe yes. I don't know. If I'm live, great. If you can hear me, awesome. Say something if you can hear me. Granted, people can't see what I'm doing quite yet because probably is a 30-second delay. That being said, welcome to the next episode. I am just going to be here for a few minutes because I felt like it. Um, it's one of those things where I just wouldn't mind discussing with you what's going on. It's interesting what I've got coming up. There's going to be a few things happening starting today, actually. So, yeah, let's. I'm just sort of waiting for a second here to see if I can actually see anything. YouTube is being a pain in the butt right now. So, um, if you guys can hear me, let me know. I see you in the chat. You know, we'll go from there. And sorry, I am trying to see if this. I just basically pushed the button and went from there. So I'm pretty much at the point where I think I'm live. It doesn't really say. It's yeah, okay. Finally, I actually came through. Anyways, sorry about the whole rambling for the past 2 minutes. Let's get on with this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages. Tonight we have something, well, I guess today, because it is a live stream, 11:43 in the morning. I will be heading out to a beer fest today. I am excited about that one. This is a beer fest that I go to every year. I am a big supporter of charity events. I love charity stuff, and if I can afford to go to more, I would. It's hard to actually be able to afford to go to a lot of charity events when you pretty much are still unemployed. Yeah, it's been a few months and I'm still unemployed, but things are turning around for me. I kind of got. I'm helping out with a company right now, and I'm pretty much hoping that that comes to fruition a little bit more. Bear with me. I just noticed what I have in the corner here, and that would be blinding for a lot of people, including me. There we go. Anyways, let's continue. I have got pretty much kind of a part-time gig right now. I'm down at the beer vaults, helping out with the beer vault because of the fact that I would like to not only learn more about the inside of beer, the selling, the producing the marketing and everything else like that from basically A to Z. But I have to start off small because of the fact that I have no sales experience. I've been looking for jobs as a sales rep for different places. I kind of am really changing careers here, and it's a tough thing to do. I love what I do for IT work. I went and even applied for an IT job. However, they told me I didn't have the experience. Honestly, I totally agree with it because the experience they were looking for, I didn't have on my resume. I've got a ton of experience, but what I haven't been able to learn is what they needed from me, um, which is fair. You have to be so well rounded in some of this stuff. I've got desk side experience. I have server experience. I have my own stuff where I've actually learned how to do a bunch of things myself. And I don't have things like Exchange server. I would love to learn Exchange server. That's one of the things I was actually hoping to transition over to in one of my jobs before I was let go. Unfortunately, it didn't happen because, shit happens. So I do have my IT experience, but I also want to learn more about the beer industry. I want to learn more about craft beer. I want to be part of that craft beer and get paid for it. I don't get paid for this stuff. I really don't. Not literally. No, I don't, because I don't even get monetization for these videos. But that being said, in all honesty, it's fine. So I've got a part-time job where I'm learning about this stuff. I've got the personality. I've got the sales. Well, I've got the sales where I can actually turn to someone and say, "Hey, this is good. This is good. Don't buy that. But if you really want to try it, by all means." I'm whoring myself out. What can I say? Mm. By the way, this is actually a decent beer. It's in the thumbnail. Um, I also have. So I've been doing that part time, and it's been actually a lot of fun. It's not a lot of work, but learning about it is actually quite interesting. Getting to know the reps that are coming in. One of the reps that came in for, let's say, Untapped. He came in, and not the app. It's an actual distribution company. Um, they came in, and I started talking to them, and it's one of the places I actually applied for because their portfolio is amazing. I would love to sit down and say, okay, I've got this portfolio here, which is awesome. Let me sell you some beer. But I got talking to him, and the guy's actually pretty cool. They went with a really good guy. He seems very approachable, very friendly, very nice. So he's got the sales experience, which is awesome. I actually had one guy come in and want to buy beer because he was actually looking for a job with another distribution company, and he didn't know their portfolio. I'm like, oh, well, shit, let me help you out with that. I know this portfolio. This is what you want to try. This is what you want to try. Here's the beers you want to try. He didn't have the beer experience, but he had the sales experience. That's a tough one. Like, this is the whole thing. If you don't have one or if you don't have both of them, it's really hard to get into into doing sales. I personally don't have the sales experience, so they don't even look at my resume, even though I throw it out there. I'm not putting it out there as a joke. I'm actually putting it out there as a serious application. But because I don't have the sales experience, they don't get back to me, which is fair. I understand that. I really do. Being a reviewer, I am very honest in my reviews. If I like something, I like something. If I don't like something, I say it. Maybe I need to change that up and spin it a way that basically, yeah, they have to that basically it's good for people that like it, it's good for people that don't like it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. So I mean, it's one of those things that's it's a tough call. But hey, that's just me. That really is just me, and it's not going to stop me. But it's also not going to stop me from running my own business. And that's I was supposed to launch beginning of February. I have secretly been pimping it out, but I haven't fully launched it yet. Part of me is kind of scared to launch it because of the fact that I've got this portfolio that is building, and I don't want people stealing it from me. But I'm planning to launch it within the next 12 days for sure. I'm got to just move things over onto a server. I have to get my website put onto the proper domain. I've got a couple of other things, but I will be actually launching my own business very shortly. Anyways, I've rambled on about that. What I've got coming up today is I'm actually going to be heading down to Bottle Screw Bills. Bottle Screw Bills does an annual beer fest, and it's one that I think is one of the best ones out there. Honestly, if I could make it out to another one, The other one I'd make it out to is the Albino Rhino Beer Fest, because both of these are along the same lines of what they do. Both of these are for charities. There is zero money going into the people that are selling the beer. There's zero money going into the people that are hosting it. There is zero money going into a lot of things. Every single penny that goes into the beer festival goes into charity. That right there is amazing. That right there, I will support endlessly. Bottle Screw Bills has been a very big advocate for that. This year, they're doing it again. I bought my ticket just the other day because I didn't want to know when it was coming up. But thank you to one of my buddies who actually told me about it. He let me know that it was coming up PDQ. So I bought my ticket, and I'm actually going to be heading out to the beer fest for Bottle Screw Bills. This one is actually one that I support fully because of the fact that every single profit goes into it. I actually get a couple of my glasses from there. They have a wheel that you spin for a certain amount of money, and you get points, and every point you build up, you get to buy something along what's there in the way of points, from t-shirts to jerseys to tours to glasses to whatever else. I get my glasses there. Like, a lot of the glasses I get is from there because it is awesome to see. So sorry, I'm multitasking and I can't multitask and talk at the same time. Obviously, I'm a male. But I have basically supported this thanks to Brew Games, who actually got me involved in this. And I went last year, I went the year before, I'm going this year as well. This is something that I will not miss out on. This is something that I find to be absolutely amazing. Bottle Screw Bills is a great place to go for some beers. Yes, they're up there in price, but at the same point in time, they're fantastic. These guys support a lot of stuff. Bottle Screw Bills also supports the Nut Raiser, the one that I've been to in the past couple of years from Village, where basically you raise money for prostate cancer by drinking beer with bull's balls in it. And I totally support that as well. Like, this is stuff that I love to do each year. And I personally have no affiliation with these guys. This is my own personal opinion. This is me saying, yes, I will go support this because it's for a great cause. So this afternoon, heading out to the beer fest. So we've got a lot of beer fests coming up. It's happening. It's beer fest season. I may or may not be going to the Calgary Beer Fest this year. I've been humming and hawing about this. The reason for that is if the fact that I love the beer fest. I really do. And I was part of the media last year, and I want to be part of the media this year. And it's amazing to walk back and forth with people and talk to them. It really is. Why is it every time I go live, my goddamn cat wants to come in? Sorry, give me a second. So, because of the fact that I've already got my hands full, I do have my kids also. I may not be coming to the beer fest in Calgary. I want to. I really do. But I may not be able to because of the fact that I may not be able to afford to. Why is that, you ask? Well, I'm actually going to another beer fest. Um, this time it is not inside of Alberta. This time is actually inside of BC. Next month, since it's March, shit, I've got a month to go. Okay. Next month, I'm actually heading out to the Okanagan Beer Fest, and actually it's in Penticton, so it's the Festival in Penticton. And if you've been following me, you know that I am I absolutely love Penticton. I will be moving there. This is not up for debate whatsoever. I will be moving to Penticton. This is going to be a given. My wife and I have discussed this. This is where we're going to retire. This is where home is going to be for us in the next, yeah, I'm going to say 7 years, maybe 8. We will be retiring there because of the fact that we love it. It's a beautiful small city. I absolutely love the area. So friendly. I mean, I went there checking out stuff in July, and I went with a friend to a pool hall, and it seemed kind of sketchy. Sketchy. I've been living in Calgary for the past 18 years. Sketchy doesn't cover it. It's not even sketchy. I can't even call it sketchy. The downtown core is pretty much a simple strip, couple of strips here, couple of strips there. It's down Main Street, and it's a pool hall, and you got these people that are having a good time, sharing conversations with one another. And Main Street, there's a couple of sketchy things down there, yes, but it's not as sketchy as walking into Forest Lawn, for example, in Calgary. It's a small town feel, which is really nice, and I kind of miss that. Coming from Victoria, I miss the small town feel, and Penticton has that. Vernon has that as well, and I would love to move to Vernon. But Penticton, I think my heart is really there. We got married there. I've been there a few times, and I would love to go back there and live there. And the Festival is just me going back home because it does have that home feeling for me, and I love it. I really do love the fact that I can actually class that as home. It's it's nice. It really is. So I'll be hitting the festivals, and there might be some lead up to it. So watch my review videos for some lead up. There's one lead up that already happened. I'm just waiting for a reply back because, yeah, I'm kind of in a battle right now with another group, reviewer group, or am I? Anyways, there's going to be some videos coming up that possibly will involve some cross posting. So from there, I'm going to be going to the beer fest today. I'll be going to the festivals in April, and I may or may not, depending on the cost, be going to the Calgary Beer Fest in May. I do have the Calgary Comic Con that I'll be going to in the end of April as well, and that takes up a lot of my funds. And when I don't have that much funds, it takes up all of my funds. I really don't like missing the Calgary Comic Expo. I love going to it each year. This is my eighth, ninth straight year I've gone. It's been quite a few years, and I don't miss it each year. I can't. There's been some changes that have happened, but at the same point in time, I don't miss it. I've actually got a buddy coming from Vancouver to come check it out with me, and we met the first time, I guess, last year, year before, and we sat there and we've known each other for over 20 years, and we finally met for the first time at the Calgary Expo. I mean, it's we've been friends for that long, online friends for that long. It's amazing what the internet does and how much it keeps you friends. But yeah, it's there's a few things coming up that I really am excited for. I'm hoping that I can piece all my videos together. I wish I had time to sit down and just I'm having a creative block. And this is why I'm doing a live video, because it's kind of a filler for all my other reviews that I've got backlogged. I want to sit down and edit all of them, but part of me feels that because I'm not getting paid, so to speak, I really don't have the the drive to do that anymore. I still will, but that drive has kind of gotten a little bit less now that YouTube's kind of taken away that whole 30 cents that I make per video. It adds up in the end. Like, I make a ton during Christmas time because I do my 24 drunken days of December. I make a ton over the summer because I try to keep up with all the beers. But it gets to the point where it's like, man, do I really want to edit this video? I can sit down and do this and not get paid 45, $50 an hour to do my own videos. I still do them for you though. Like, I still do them for the people out there. I still do them for the people that actually watch this. And for the people out there that watch this, I really do thank you very much for this. It means a lot to me. And I really feel that you guys have helped me out a lot. It keeps me going one way or another. The upvotes has been awesome. The comments has been great. And now the fact that I'm actually getting involved into the beer community, the paid beer community, it actually helps out a little bit more. It's not easy. It really isn't easy with all the stuff that goes on. I would love to say that this is an easy gig, but it's not. It really isn't. I want to get involved in the beer community some more in a paid way, because of the fact that I have so much passion in this community. It's not even funny. We all do. All the beer tubers out there have a very big passion for all the beers out there, because the hard work we see that the brewers do, it's amazing. And yes, as a reviewer, if there's something that's shit, we should call them on it. But should we? Um, Honestly, yes, we should probably call them on it, but at the same point in time, ruin reputations. But you call them on it in a positive way. Say, look, I understand that this may be a bad batch of beer. It's not for me, or whatever else. As a reviewer, I have to say, however, this is good. I do like that one. Um, I feel that basically I'm going to try and move myself from the reviewing side. I'm going to be more of a person that drinks beer, enjoys it, or if I don't enjoy it, we'll spin it in a way that is positive. I don't have the best palate for one. I personally don't have a lot of skills in whatever else. My cat makes a lot of noise when she cleans herself. The fuck? Seriously, what? Anyways, uh, my cat, oh god, she's been one of the best things ever for the past 13, almost 14 years. Loyal, just like a dog loyal, but loyal. No, I feel that reviewing can either make or break you. And yes, I still love reviewing things. And yes, I still love drinking things. And yes, if there's something bad, should I put a video out about it? I had one the other day that I actually stopped the video on, and I may publish it, because of the fact that there's a beer out there that, if you don't look at Untapped, if you don't look at all the rating systems of personal people rating things, you may not know about it. It's a complex situation. I love reviewing. I love saying if I like it or not. I love the fact that if it's not good, I will let the viewers know that it is not good. I just there's beers and brewers out there that need to up their game. And if they don't get known that, if they don't get told that, if they don't see what's going on, they're just going to keep brewing bad beer, which is going to cost them. I mean, we've had some really shitty beer hit the market over the past few years. I'm not going to lie about that. I can't lie about that. I can't walk into places like Minhas where you guys know, absolutely know, I have no like for Minhas. I still don't have any like for their beer. I still cannot walk into Minhas going, this is a good, solid, cheap fucking beer. Because of the fact of how they do the beers, it kind of brings the industry down. I will, I will compliment them, absolutely compliment them on the fact that their marketing is phenomenal. They have some of the best marketing out there. They make some of the best. Their beer is cheap, which really gets to the people that want to sit back and spend under $10 for a six pack. But I personally cannot endorse them for their beer because it is a beer that I personally do not like, and I don't like the way some of their ethics are. I didn't like the fact that they charged 4 tickets, which were $1 each for their hard sodas, which came in at $10 a six pack. I didn't like that fact. I mean, that's a solid fact that I personally and ethically cannot support. So it's one of those things that, yeah, I just can't do it. I just can't. Like, it's one of those ones where I can't sit down and go, this is a wonderful beer because it's Boxer. Boxer's so cheap. It's just this macro shit that, or yeah, I'm gonna call it macro, even though they call it a fucking craft. It's this macro stuff that basically has corn syrup and other stuff in there, and I just, mm, I can't. I can't. That made me just almost physically ill. Other brewers, though, for example, Beardmeister, I've had a couple of their beers. I had their stouts, and honest to God, I went to review it, and maybe I'll post up how hard it is to do a review and use them as an example because you try and find something positive to say. You try and find something good to say about their beer because of the fact that you want to keep a positive outlook on things. But I couldn't. I shut off the review. I couldn't continue. They're stout, and I will be blunt because I'm blunt on my Untapped. Their stout has a plastic flavor at the very beginning that just turns me off of the beer. After that plastic flavor disappears, there is a beautiful roasted malt on the tongue that you get. But you have to fight, absolutely have to fight through that first part of that beer in order to get to that roasted malt, which actually has a beautiful flavor. And I tried, while I was reviewing, tried to spin it in a way that sounded positive. And I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. In fact, I got off that chair right there, sat up, walked away, and went, I can't do this, and turned off my camera. There are beers out there that just don't make the cut. Should I put them on there as a review? I'm a reviewer. I'm not an influencer. I'm absolutely not an influencer. I'm a reviewer. As much as I want to be an influencer, I'm not. But if I believe in a product, if I absolutely believe in a product, I will fully, totally recommend it. Absolutely. Like I said, I work in a beer store, and I totally recommend things like Far Brewing. This man has passion. He knows what he wants. He labels it to what he wants, and he keeps his tradition straight and true. 500 years of purity law for German beers, and he keeps it because he is a German brewer in Alberta. That man has passion. That man has everything you want to see. He has what it takes to become an amazing brewer, and he has. You can look out there and he's like, I've bottled this beer, sold out. I've bottled this beer, just about sold out. I want some of it, but just about sold out. People want his product because he absolutely stands behind his beers. He absolutely, seriously makes it the way he wants to, the way he wants to have you enjoy it. And it's easy for someone like me to sell. It really is. Because of the fact that I can turn around and say, you know what? You want those German beers over there? Hold on a second here. Let me introduce you to a German brewery inside of Alberta. You want to spend the $10 for that beer? Okay, that's fine. You want a Pilsner that's $10 from Germany? Fine. How about if I can cut your cost in half? Here's a true German Pilsner by the purity laws that is brewed inside Alberta. There you go. That man has passion. That man I will stand behind 110%. That man is a true brewer. Versus Minhas, it's night and day. Like Outcast. Okay, let's talk Outcast for a second. Outcast Brewing is a contract brewer. He doesn't have his own brewery per se yet. But that being said, that man can brew a damn good beer. I have found many of his beers showing that passion inside the beer, showing what he wants inside that beer. There has been times where I personally have had, well, okay, there's been one time where my taste has not been to what he wanted or what he has in his beer. Because of the fact that I really do enjoy having a good beer. I do enjoy having a lot of things, and that's great. That really is great. But his beers, you can feel that passion inside those beers. He's now got a solid line of cans coming out, the Wannabe IPA. And I can sell those like no tomorrow because of the fact that I'm confident those are amazing beers. Because they are. Check my review. I love the style he does. He has an amazing style. I even went as far as to say in one of my reviews that has not been released yet that one of the Omni Polo beers has the same style that I can find in an Outcast beer. That's how good that damn beer is. Nobody has seen that yet, but I've now released it. Spoilers! And gone from there. Outcast Brewing is one of the top brewers out there in Alberta. And he has got a lot of shit going for him in the way that I am very confident that I've promoted his stuff. I guess I haven't said I promoted. I have honestly reviewed his stuff. Boy Meets Barrel Volume 2, I wasn't a fan of it. It was still good, but it needed more. And I said that to him. I said, I'm sorry, dude. You know that I love your stuff, but this just wasn't for me. And he understood that. But a lot of people liked his bottle versus or barrel versus boy 2, volume 2. And that's understandable because it had the flavor there that people wanted. For me, I wanted more because I know my barrel age, I know my barley wine, and I wanted just a touch more. But I still respect and still will honor his beers because he's got the passion, he's got the love, and he does it for himself, for his family, and for the people that want to drink his stuff because it is that good. I fully respect that. I have a review that I've kind of been humming and hawing about, and it's a collab. And I've wanted to put it up there, but I've not found a way to positively spin it. So I've got a review that I've kind of wanted to do that involves Outcast, but it also involves two sergeants, which we're on good terms. I think we're on good terms after the fallout we had in Christmas time. I think we're on good terms. Um, I wanted to review it, but I think I just might keep it out of my thing. And that's the whole part and parcel of being a reviewer. Do you really want to review something like this, or do you just want to go with it? Like it's a tough call. If you want to bash something live, then yeah, by all means, bash something live. Um, for me personally, I honestly feel that there are some beers out there that if I'm doing a review, I will stop. I won't post it. So far this year, it's actually been a lot. It's been 5 reviews that I've actually turned off the camera, and walked away from because of different variety of things. Um, because of the fact that I couldn't spin it positively, because of the fact that I had so much yeast strains in it that it looked like it was turning into jello, because of the fact that I personally just didn't like it. So Fermentation Project has joined us here, and yeah, he stopped filming a few beers because they were bad as well. And in all honesty, I have taken that from the Fermentation Project. I have taken that maybe it's time to walk away from the bad reviews. Maybe it's time to actually not put them on there because of the fact that if it's a bad review, then it's a bad review. But it doesn't stop me from putting it on to say Untapped because it's my own personal Untapped account. But where do you draw the line? Honestly, if it's a bad beer and you want to call it as such, why? Why do you not call it as such as a reviewer? Is it because you want to keep good thoughts with these guys? You want to keep in good with these guys? Everybody brews a bad beer one way or another. And if you say this beer is bad because of this or that, personally speaking, other people may like it, but I personally am not a fan of this beer, then it happens. Omnipolo, I have a review up that I say that it isn't for me because it is too bitter on the scale. But that's my personal taste. I am not a bitter fan. You give me a hop bomb beer that's an IPA, I'll have it constantly. I will have it constantly. And it's an IPA. And I actually have said in the past that I don't like IPAs. But I have come around to the fact that I do enjoy a good hop bomb IPA. And I've actually come to say that because it's got that juice note that I want. I have a beer that I'm going to be having soon that I'll be reviewing that I know it has a juice note, but I also know it has a hemp note too. Yeah, I kind of like that. However, that being said, where do you draw the line as a reviewer? Do you draw the line because it's not a good beer for you and you just want to stop? Or you draw the line because you want to educate people out there that this beer isn't good because of one way or another? That stout that I had from Beardmeister, I wanted to educate people that it wasn't a good beer because it tasted like plastic in the beginning. And it did have the roasted malts, but it may turn people off from having stouts because it has that plastic flavor in the beginning. That's the hard part. Education. We're out here as a reviewer to educate people. We're out here to say, look, this isn't kind of the way that you would have a stout. There should be roasty maltness throughout the beer where you have this plastic flavor and then you have the roasted malts at the end. This is something that you need to understand that this isn't normal. If you post that, people will be upset because you posted a bad review. No, you posted one that's educational. You posted one that basically can say, I didn't like this beer because it had a plastic flavor to it. If you found that it had a plastic flavor as well, please let us know. Anyways, that being said, it's 12:30. I have to get my ass going because I have a beer fest to attend to. I need to get myself cleaned up, looking good, because I will be trying to do some live videos on Facebook, maybe on YouTube, maybe on Twitter, but mostly on Facebook about this beer fest because the Bottle Screw Beer Fest is fucking amazing. And I can say fucking now because I'm not being charged money or taking my monetization away because they already took it away. But it is fucking amazing. I love the Bottle Screw Beer Fest, and I will constantly go to this each and every year. Again, thank you to Brew Games for showing me this beer fest. And I've got to get my ass going because the roads are shit out there, so it's going to take me a little bit longer to get out there. 2 to 5, Bottle Screw Beer Fest, that will be happening. Till next time, folks, I am PK saying cheers, stay frosty, and I'm really sorry, but I need to drink beer. Have a good night, and we'll see you real soon. Thanks again.